Happy birthday, dear Kyle. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish, Kate.
Oh my God. Don't miss Trump next time.
Oh, so much. Except for Donald Trump's a piece of shit. Peace out. Love you.
Jack Black is the ultimate sellout clown.
I hope you have a wonderful birthday, Kaya. I hope you don't miss Trump the next time. A lot, other from Donald Trump's nonsense. I love you and peace out. The quintessential sellout clown is Jack Black. There are 3 things you don't touch in America: Donald Trump, taxes, and firearms. You could end up in jail for the first 2. Thirdly, it has the potential to destroy your career, reputation, and all you've worked so hard to achieve. Jack Black is the ideal illustration. A national treasure, a pop culture icon, and an artist who seems indefatigable. No sanctimonious preaching, no drama, no scandals, just unadulterated laughter, contagious optimism, and the portrayal of an incredibly endearing performer. Jack Black was a moniker that both adults and children found funny, from School of Rock to Kung Fu Panda, Tenacious D, and his YouTube site, Jabalinsky Games. Then, however, one joke altered everything. He made an unexpected joke about Donald Trump during a concert. It was a seemingly innocuous, classic Jack Black joke, but it turned him into a target for Trump fans. Cancel hashtags surfaced as the reaction escalated. He was questioned by fans who had previously viewed him as Hollywood's last good guy. It uncovered previous controversies like a cascade. He went from being widely adored to becoming a symbol of disillusionment due to his ambiguities about a charity he sponsored, politically charged remarks from the past, and, most importantly, how he handled the aftermath involving his close buddy Kyle Gass and Tenacious D, what actually took place. Why did Jack Black get ruined by a single joke? Does he merit this treatment too? We'll follow the downfall of a man who was previously protected by Hollywood to show that in the hypersensitive world of today, nobody is above reproach. Thomas Jacob Black was born Jack Black in 1969. Gained notoriety as a humorous celebrity with boundless energy and a special talent for engaging audiences. His breakthrough performance in School of Rock gave him a household name, but he began with supporting parts in movies like High Fidelity. Jack Black played a humorous, sympathetic, and musically enthusiastic portrayal of Dewey Finn, a fervent phony teacher, characteristics that characterized his public image. He established a distinctive comedy brand with his band Tenacious D, which he co-founded with Kyle Gass in 1994. The duo celebrated freedom and absurdity by fusing rock music with lyrics. The establishment of his YouTube channel, Jabalinsky Games, in 2018 marked a significant turning point in solidifying public adore. The channel reached 4.8 million followers in just 2 years thanks to its raw, relatable, and even anarchic approach. Jack Black was portrayed in Jabalinsky videos as the entertaining uncle who awkwardly played games, joked, and shared commonplace activities with his son, such as eating tacos or conversing. Jabalinsky immediately struck a chord with millions of people who read The Verge post, demonstrating that Jack Black is not only a funny actor, but also a real person who isn't scared to be silly. By bringing him closer to younger viewers and gamers, the channel cemented his reputation as a multifaceted entertainment figure. As an artist who is not only humorous, but also personable, self-deprecating, and a constant source of happiness, Jack Black carved out a special place for himself. His public image peaked with this enthusiastic greeting. Fans were unaware that this national treasure would soon face serious difficulties, however, as a slew of divisive acts and remarks started to undermine the meticulously constructed image that had been developed over many years. Jack Black received his first round of criticism for openly endorsing Autism Speaks around 2018, a charity that has drawn harsh criticism from disability rights advocates and the autistic community. With a history of contentious campaigns that stigmatized and hurt the same people it purported to assist, Autism Speaks has come under fire for portraying autism as a sickness that needs to be cured rather than a normal human characteristic. In addition to being a mistake, Jack Black's backing revealed a lack of tact and accountability in using his position of power. In order to support Autism Speaks, Jack performed at their fundraising events in 2013 and 2015. In 2018, he sent a link to a donation on Twitter, encouraging followers to support Autism Speaks and aid those in greatest need. This initially appeared to fit with his humorous uncle persona, who was always willing to share optimism. But he was criticized for his lack of knowledge about the fundamental problems with Autism Speaks. Fans were forgiving at first, thinking he might not have been aware of the organization's issues and was merely attempting to do the right thing. Put yourself in his shoes and consider what if he was unaware of their problems, a social media advocate commented. Jack Black appears to be a good man. How could a well-known artist with a dedicated staff and lots of money ignore the established controversies surrounding this organization? At first, the public's reaction was remarkably tolerant. Since many fans were used to Jack Black's amiable and easygoing persona, they believed he was ignorant of the problems. This is blatant evidence of the public's faith in Jack Black, a Reddit member wrote. They are prepared to overlook him since they believe his ignorance was transient. But this forgiveness was short-lived. Disappointment grew as Jack persisted in his support of Autism Speaks without providing an explanation or an apology. Jack Black may not have meant harm, but it is unacceptable to not research Autism Speaks. An autistic activist tweeted, He is accountable for the things he advocates. His subsequent silence, which was viewed as careless and inconsiderate, was also criticized in addition to his acts. For the first time, Jack Black's innocent demeanor came under scrutiny from the public during the Autism Speaks scandal. Not only did he not own up to his error, but he also allowed the problem to worsen without trying to fix it. Even if it was inadvertent, this set the stage for later, more significant controversies when supporters learned their national hero didn't always understand the consequences of his decisions. Day, the public's affection for him was originally based on his honesty and accountability, but his insensitivity in endorsing a contentious group and the lack of a heartfelt apology sowed doubt about these qualities. While Jack Black's endorsement of Autism Speaks was still being questioned by the public. As his political remarks became more blunt, another rift in his public persona deepened. Jack Black has been voicing his political opinions for years, but always in a humorous way that fit with his fun uncle persona. Tenacious D's 2020 mask-wearing PSA video and his 2017 song, This Government Totally Sucks, were examples of projects that were fun, mildly humorous, and generally acceptable. His attraction to a wide range of audiences was preserved by these remarks, which complemented his comedic approach and preserved a clear division between political commentary and entertainment. But beginning in 2023, Jack Black changed his style, abandoning comedy to offer more blunt and sober comments on delicate subjects like the climate crisis and the Israel-Palestine conflict. His comments regarding the Israel-Palestine conflict, for example, sparked intense criticism, with some urging a boycott of Kung Fu Panda. He posted a picture that said, "I'm down. Your political advice is not needed by anyone. You work as a clown professionally. That's why we watch you." Another comment read, "Man, Jack Black, you've gone downhill." During this period, roughly half of his Twitter posts were political retweets. This shift not only marked a change in how he engaged with the public, but also shattered the entertainment wall fans were accustomed to. For many, Jack Black was an escape from divisive political debates, a source of laughter without forcing a side. His outspoken stance on polarizing topics left many feeling betrayed. Social media advice warned, never get into politics. It always ends badly. A Reddit comment summed it up. "I love Jack Black because he made me laugh, not because he told me how to think about politics." Now he's just like every other preachy Hollywood star. The tipping point came in June 2024, when Jack Black publicly endorsed a specific presidential candidate. "A few days ago, my manager called me and said, 'George Clooney and Julia Roberts wanted me to help out the president.' And I said, 'I am in When and where? Though not uncommon among celebrities, this move was the final straw for many fans. Some branded him a sellout, accusing him of abandoning neutrality to chase Hollywood's political trends. A swift backlash spread with calls to boycott his projects, including the Kung Fu Panda franchise, a brand long tied to his beloved family-friendly image. Online forums buzzed with fans' disappointment. Jack Black used to bring people together, now he's just dividing them. An informal social media poll showed 85% of participants saying they'd lost respect for Jack Black. Though potentially biased, the poll reflected an undeniable reality. His public choosing of sides severely eroded his image as a unifying icon. From a star who brought joy to all ages, Jack Black became a polarizing figure, caught between those who still supported him and those who felt he'd strayed too far from his role. This shift not only cost him the neutrality he once maintained, but led fans to question whether their national treasure still held the authenticity they once cherished. While the public was still debating Jack Black's loss of neutrality by aligning with a specific political stance, another bombshell hit, this time not from divisive posts or controversial statements, but from a direct moment on stage in front of thousands. Jack Black's band Tenacious D was on their global spicy meatball tour, performing across North America, Europe, and Australia. A poorly timed joke in the deafening silence that followed plunged Jack Black's image into a deeper abyss than any prior statement. On July 14, 2024, at the IC Sydney Theatre during Tenacious D's Spicy Meatball Tour, just 24 days after the presidential endorsement controversy, the band held their second Sydney show coinciding with Kyle Gass's birthday, celebrated on Instagram beforehand. A single moment changed Jack Black's career trajectory forever. The tour marking the band's return after over a decade was expected to be a memorable milestone with sold-out shows and enthusiastic fans. But in mere seconds, a careless remark turned that dream into a nightmare, dragging Jack Black and Kyle Gass into a firestorm of controversy and exposing cracks in their once-admired friendship. This wasn't just a stage mishap, it was the climax of Jack Black's image collapse, from national treasure to a figure criticized for cold calculation and prioritizing personal reputation. The incident occurred during a celebration of Kyle Gass's 64th birthday. During a performance of the band's song Dear, it led to an exchange. Kyle Gass said, "Don't miss Trump next time." On stage under glittering lights, Jack Black, with his signature grin, brought out a birthday cake and handed Gass the mic, playfully asking him to blow out the candles and make a wish. Expecting a silly classic Tenacious to quip, the audience was stunned when Gass blurted, "Don't miss Trump next time," a reference to a near-successful attack on former President Donald Trump the previous day, July 13, 2024, at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. "Don't lose Trump next time," which left one spectator dead and two others seriously injured, shocking America and the world. Gass's joke, though possibly rooted in his irreverent humor, crossed every line, igniting an unprecedented media crisis. Captured in a fan-posted video, the moment left the audience in stunned silence for a few seconds. Jack Black, standing nearby, appeared shocked. His smile froze, shifting to a visibly tense expression. The crowd, initially chuckling, quickly grasped the gravity of the remark as the video spread like wildfire online. Within hours, outrage erupted. Australian Senator Ralph Babbitt called Gass' comment disgusting and demanded the deportation of both Jack Black and Kyle Gass, stating promoting political violence is unacceptable in any form. Australia's U.S. Ambassador Kevin Root also expressed disgust, saying the joke made him sick and was indefensible given the recent tragedy. Jack Black's response came swiftly but fanned the flames instead of quelling them on July 16, 2024. He posted a statement on Instagram. "I was blindsided by what was said at the show on Sunday. I would never endorse hate speech or encourage political violence in any form. After much reflection, I no longer feel it is appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour, and all future creative plans are on hold. Consequently, all remaining shows in Australia, New Zealand, and 5 planned Rock Devote U.S. performances in October were canceled." Kyle Gass also posted an apology on Instagram, calling his remark highly inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake. But his later deletion of the post fueled speculation about his dissatisfaction with Jack Black's handling of the situation. The fallout extended beyond tour cancellations. Green Talent Gas's management company dropped him, leaving him professionally isolated. Meanwhile, Jack Black faced a new wave of criticism from fans who once saw him and as symbols of enduring friendship. Many accused him of abandoning his 30-year friend to protect his personal image and rising film career, especially amid promotions for major projects like Borderlands and Minecraft. A Reddit user wrote, "Jack Black chose money and fame over friendship. Canceling the entire tour and leaving Kyle Gass to face the consequences alone is a deep betrayal." Another comment on X was harsher. "Jack Black was once a symbol of loyalty and humor. Now he's just a cold calculator ready to ditch friends to keep his Hollywood seat." Jack Black's crisis management became the focal point of criticism, not just for its haste, but for its lack of empathy. Instead of defending Gass, his partner since Tenacious D's founding in 1994, or diffusing the situation on stage, he publicly distanced himself, emphasizing he was blindsided and uninvolved. To many fans, this was a manipulative effort to prioritize personal gain over a long-standing "if Jack Black was truly blindsided, why didn't he say something on stage?" a fan questioned on Reddit. He could have de-escalated right then, but instead he let Kyle Gass take the fall alone. His silence in that critical moment and the tour cancellation were seen as attempts to safeguard his film career, but they cost him the trust of his most devoted fans. This not only hurt Kyle Gass, but shattered Tenacious D's image, a brand beloved for its goofy authenticity. This was a pivotal turning point for Tenacious D. The Guardian article noted from a lighthearted comedic brand to being dragged into a consequential political controversy, with Jack Black's response revealing cracks in their admired friendship. Some argued he could have chosen differently, pausing the tour, publicly supporting Gass as a friend and issuing a joint apology to calm the public. Instead, Black's clean break approach was seen as lacking empathy and loyalty. Jack Black didn't just hurt Kyle Gass, he hurt millions of fans who believed he and Gass were icons of unbreakable friendship, a Billboard commentary stated. Public opinion remained divided. Some supported Black's decision, viewing it as a swift moral condemnation of a dangerous remark. But most felt disappointed, not just by Gass's comment, but by Black's handling, which seemed to prioritize self-interest. Hashtags and memes mocking Gass's jokes spread rapidly, but the criticism of Black was fiercer, focusing on his disloyalty. Social media echoed with comments like Jack Black sold out his friendship to keep his Hollywood seat, reflecting profound public disillusionment. The question remains, could Jack Black have handled it differently? A joint apology, an effort to defend Gass, or a more honest approach might have salvaged the situation. By choosing the safe route, Black not only hurt his longtime collaborator, but placed himself on the edge of relentless criticism. This moment marked not just the collapse of a tour, but the end of an image of a Jack Black once cherished as a beacon of sincerity and humor. Labeled the ultimate sellout, it began impacting his future films. One fan said, "I used to get excited seeing Jack Black in movies. Now I skip them entirely." Now Jack Black's name is tied to calculation and betrayal, a steep price for choices made in crisis. These controversies have had a clear impact on Jack Black's film career. His role in Borderlands, a film with a 10% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, became both an artistic and commercial disaster, considered one of 2024's worst movies. Audiences and critics alike slammed his performance as uninspired and repetitive. Worse still, his role as Steve in the upcoming Minecraft film received overwhelmingly negative feedback from the moment the trailer dropped. The trailer garnered over 1 million dislikes, with Steve's character dismissed as uncreative, merely Jack Black in a blue shirt. Even younger audiences, the primary target for Minecraft, rejected the project, calling it trash and a waste of money. Now you're Steve. Of the past, with engagement rates dropping significantly. Most critically, he's lost the most precious asset an artist can have, the unconditional trust and love of his audience. Comments on forums and social media reveal a fundamental shift in how the public perceives him. Jack Black used to be someone I could watch without thinking. Now, every time I see him, I just think about how he betrayed Kyle. The national treasure image built on authenticity and humor has been replaced by a divisive Jack Black, an artist increasingly disconnected from his audience. Perhaps the gravest consequence of this saga isn't the career slump or follower loss, but the permanent shift in how Jack Black is remembered. Once associated with laughter, positivity, and sincerity, his name is now tied to these controversies. What's especially regrettable is not just Jack Black's actions, but how he handled the backlash and criticism, particularly his lack of support for his close friend Kyle Gass, which cost him the respect of even his most loyal fans. Prioritizing his personal image over friendship has become a symbol of cold calculation in the entertainment industry. Jack Black's story is a painful lesson in how a public image built over decades can crumble in just a few years. From a widely beloved national treasure to a polarizing figure, many now see him as having sold out his ideals. This downfall wasn't caused by a single event, but by a series of missteps. Endorsing autism speaks without due diligence, shifting from humorous to divisive political statements, and most critically, handling a crisis in a way that lacks solidarity with his longtime friend. Perhaps the greatest tragedy is that Jack Black lost what made him magnetic, his authenticity and ability to connect with everyone. He chose fame and personal gain over friendship and consistency with the values he once embodied. While Jack Black may retain some fans and continue with major projects, he'll never reclaim the national treasure status he once held. The final question is, can Jack Black do anything to repair this damage? A sincere apology, a reunion with Kyle Gass, or a return to his carefree, comedic persona might win back some affection. But for now, his legacy is forever tied to these controversies, offering a costly lesson about the price of fame and personal priorities in the entertainment world. Jack Black, who once made the world laugh, now leaves many disappointed, and that's the greatest loss in his story.